chalice, but it's a chalice of victory. There's bees here, so reward, the honey is a reward for all your hard work. Look at this, and another triumph with the world card. You are triumphant, you are ending the old cycle. King of Wands with the Nine of Wands. Again, don't focus on competition. You know you can slay the competition. Focus on your abundance. You will have so much abundance. You will even have opportunity to share and help to people in need. Hi Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you who are celebrating. Happy whichever holiday you're currently celebrating. And anyway, today we're going to be doing a video for December, for the first week of December. Let's focus on that. We've already put 2 videos out for December monthly energies. There were 2 kind of distinct energies that we've seen in that video. So today we'll dive in. I'm not sure what's going to come up, but anyway, watch this if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And before we get started, if you are lucky and watching me the week of January, November 24th, we do have our Black Friday sale. It's only for this weekend. There are some items that are up to 35% off, the packages especially. So if you wanted to book a package, if you wanted to book something, like especially if it's a package, a class, there are great deals available there. This is going to be our last sale of this year, and most likely next year I'm not going to be doing any sales either. So if you wanted to grab something at a really good deal, make sure you check this out. Again, especially for packages, there are amazing great deals there. So do make sure to check it out. I'm not going to be offering the same prices, ever again. So there is that. Links to that are in description box. And of course, we do have also our Scorpio special webinar that we are going to do on January 7th. So basically first Sunday after the New Year's Eve, we're going to gather as a tribe of Scorpios, and we're going to take a look in depth into the year 2024, even peek, I would say, a little bit into 2025, because the more I'm preparing 2024 horoscopes, the more I'm seeing how there's a lot of things that are going to be very important also in 2025. We have to kind of start preparing, already now to be ready. So we're going to be discussing all of that. It's going to be tailor-made to your chart, so it's not going to be just general stuff that you find somewhere, on the internet, or even, detailed horoscopes online. And there are currently 2 options also available to register for that. One is a webinar, which actually comes with a separate private reading, very small, like very just all the things you need to do. It's different than what we did last year. Last year there was an option to just ask me questions during webinar. This year there's actually a separate little also mini video from me to you specifically, so it's a really great deal to register this way. Or also, if you wanted to book a full 2024 personalized reading, there is an option to book that with webinar also at a great package as well. So links to that are going to be in the description box. And also the last thing is, since the month of November, part of it was also Scorpio birthday, not anymore. Again, in Western it's already in Sag. Still, we do have our tarot course for beginners at a discount until the end of this month only. So anyway, now that we got all of this out, let's go. Let's see what's happening for my dear Scorpios. Again, watch this if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a big like. Let's see what's going to come up. Ooh, we have here the High Priestess. Very powerful time for your intuition. I feel like, especially, I'm recording this not yet at the full moon of Gemini, but it's coming to this point. So I feel like especially last few days of November, but of course we're focusing on first week of December, you're going to have a lot of very powerful downloads, is what we say. You're going to have maybe even some visions about your place in the world itself. It could be like this very big psychic downloads. It could also be that you will really see what is it that you need to do. I'm being drawn here to this sort of key, opening here. So for a lot of you, there is going to be this awareness of what is it that you need to do, what is your place in the world, and you will see what exactly are the actual options you have. Like some of you, I feel like, are wondering how to proceed with maybe some project, with something you are doing. And I feel like in the first week of December, for a lot of you, with the 7 of Water, 7 of Cups energy, you're going to see what actual options you have. You're going to see actually what's being offered to you, especially when it comes to work. I feel like there were a lot of ideas, a lot of different, oh, it could go this way, it could go that way. But I feel like in the first week of December, you're actually going to see what are the viable options. I think it's the way you say it. What are the actual, not just what you are kind of necessarily fantasizing about, whatever. Some things are maybe are so amazing in your imagination and fantasy, but you don't really see how to proceed practically. And I feel like you're gonna see by the first week of December, or in the first week of December, how actually, like, you know, how, like, what's actually gonna work, what is some stuff that you can actually work with, or maybe what's some stuff that actually is not working for you. So I see this it's actually pretty amazing. Like, for a lot of you, there is this opening, and especially, exactly, look at this, I was just talking about this in terms of, you know, projects and work, especially when it comes to your projects, career projects, work projects, business projects. In this regard, you will see, like, okay, you have, let's say, a goal, I don't know, make 100K a month, let's say, whatever, $1 million a year, $10 million a year, whatever it is. You will actually see, okay, so, you know, they say everything is possible, right? But like, okay, so like, but what are the actual pathways to that? Because there are, you know, it's like whatever you are, in whichever place you are, I feel like it's such a big lie that is currently spread, that, oh, it's like, you know, there's only this type of person that gets rich, everybody else is suffering. I mean, depends, of course, where you are in the world, but like in most Western world, there's still this opportunity. I think that, you know, you can make something out of yourself if you really want. And I feel like if you have especially some kind of ambitious goal, some kind of dream, you're going to see, like, again, it might not be like something, oh, tomorrow it's going to happen, but like you will see the actual pathways of how to achieve that which you want to achieve. Let me see what else. Page of Water. So this is going to be a great time also for you maybe to start something. I see with Page of Water is like new beginnings, new beginning energy. Maybe you're starting to collect some information. Maybe you're starting to put on, I'm seeing some of you like doing a little, not a vision board, but you know how on Pinterest there is this, it's called mood board, I think, like a mood board. Like, let's just say you're rebranding something or working on something, or even if it's just something around the home you're doing, you're putting together like different pictures, different mood for that, or maybe it's different pieces of information somehow. Whatever it is that you need to study, whatever it is you need to learn. Maybe some of you are preparing some kind of presentation at work, some kind of speech, and you're basically putting all these things together. And with Page of Water to the Six of Water, I'm also seeing like, learn from your mistakes or learn from the things you've done in the past, but don't let your past define you, because that's true. At any given moment, you can just decide to be brand new. Like, again, even if you had, like, I recently had this in my own life, this experience where there's just certain things I'm so conditioned to and so used to, and I really want this change, you know, for me, but like, I'm so used to it, and I feel like it's so hard, you know, to get rid of some of this, like, you know, past things or whatever. And that's the thing, like, it is a perception of that, and it's mainly your own as well. No one thinks of you more than you do of yourself. Oh, maybe your ex, you know, just inserting joke here. But I feel like whatever happened in the past, you can choose to be brand new. Your past does not define you. Exactly. And you have the most important thing here. You have the strength here to choose like a new path. You have a strength to change whatever it is you need to change. It doesn't matter, you know, like, it doesn't matter like how old you are, what your starting point here is. I feel like start wherever you are, make it your own journey. I feel like, again, you can choose to find the way here. You can choose to be like, okay, I will find a way no matter what it takes. Even if it's hard, I will find a way. You can choose to, you know, take that mindset, or you can choose the mindset of, oh, it always sucks for me, nothing ever works out, whatever. It's kind of like, you know, Scorpio does represent this polarity, I think, of human psyche, even in terms of like success and like power or lack of thereof, because you will see this in Scorpios. Like, you know, back in the day when I used to have like just comments open, like, and just in general, even working with different Scorpio clients I have over the years, like, I've seen this, it could go really extreme. You see Scorpios, either those who literally are able, you know, like a phoenix, to rise from any, you know, horrible situations that you cannot even imagine, and somehow make it, you know, their strength, their power. And you also see people who are kind of constantly in that, you know, energy, that are just blaming, pointing fingers. Oh, this person did this to me, that did that to me, I hate my sign, whatever. And again, like, if you are in that point, like, if you are in that place, I've been there too. So it's not like I'm better than you or whoever's better than you. I've been there too, for sure, where I felt like everything was just freaking unfair. Sometimes even, you know, to this day, I have these moments where that consciousness, you know, seeps through. But I feel like, you at the end of the day, it's not even about what's good or what's bad in this situation. I feel like what actually what's important to see here is what actually provides you with an opportunity to build and go forward. And the thing is, like, whenever you cling so much to the mindset of all the shit that happened before, excuse my language, it just doesn't, you can sit there for as long as you want, but it's like there is no productive movement forward in that. It's like you're just trapped with that and you keep creating more of that. Whereas on the other hand, if you actually, be like, okay, I'm gonna have this breakthrough no matter what it takes, even if it's like the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna achieve this, I'm gonna be successful, I'm gonna achieve my dreams. That is actually, taking you somewhere. You are using your powerful energy to create and not to destroy. And I think with Scorpio energy, because it is so powerful, because it does rule death and rebirth, creation and destruction, there is this almost like internal dilemma that most of us have to make, and feel early on, maybe in our lives, and maybe sometimes throughout our lives too, where we have to make the choice that we are going to build. We are going to keep going forward. King of Water, King of Cups energy. I do feel like there is a wiser, older energy next to you, King to the Queen of Water. I feel like it's also masculine and feminine within, and I also feel like this has to do with your parents, but it's like not necessarily your birth parents, but more so like a mother and a father within. Like sometimes, especially when we have lack of support from parents or from family, there could be certain patterns happening in our life because, we do need a father and a mother. But the thing is, like, even if you don't have a good relationship with your father or mother, you have to cultivate, it's like this internal, this inner mother and inner father. Some people, resonate with God as their father, right? Like Earth as their mother, different ways to go about this. But I feel like there is this higher wisdom and there is this guidance that's going to be available to you that way as well. Oh, wow. And where is this going to take you if you are really like taking this moment to really build and like move your life forward? Let's see. We have here Messenger. Again, look at this. I shuffled, but Water cards, Cups card wants to come out. Messenger of Water. It's going to take you to, I feel like there is going to be something that's going to be like a moment of discovery. You are going to see something. There is going to be, again, it might start small. It might be like a small new beginning, a little idea, but it's like you are not going to be abandoned by yourself. Like, let's just say you decided you're going to be changing something about your work, about your business, about your life, about your education. And you know how sometimes you make this decision and then you make a step forward and it feels like it's just not working, So I feel like if in this moment where it feels like something is not working, you actually keep going forward, you will see that, you will be getting some kind of support, some kind of guidance. Ace of Air. So Ace of, this is Ace, oh my God, Ace of Swords, Eight of Cups. Again, so many Cups card in your reading. Wow, first week of December could be very emotional for you guys. But with the Eight of Water, normally Eight of Cups is about walking away from something, and in this card it is too. But if you notice here in this deck specifically, this person who is standing in this cloak, it actually looks kind of more like Three of Wands in a traditional tarot, and this is Good Tarot, I believe, by Colette Byron Reed. I love her decks, she's awesome. But here this person is waiting for the ship to come in. So for you, this walking away from maybe old mentality or old lifestyle is actually taking you forward. There is a new beginning, there is an opening in that. And again, look at this exactly with the Tower card. I do feel like there has been something you broke away from, maybe old pattern, old mindset. And now with the Fortune's Wheel, things are like, especially after the time, I feel like, of some kind of calamity, after the time of like, you needing to break away from old traditions, things are really turning to your favor. It's just going to be, I feel like in the beginning, a little bit with Two of Air, a balancing act. Two of Air is Two of Swords. You will have to balance something. Because I feel like for some of you, you're going to have two good opportunities and you will have to, I'll be honest, there's so much emotion here, but there are moments where you do, with the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords, have to cultivate a little bit of more logical mindset where you are not necessarily, our emotions are great, right? They are a guidance system. There's many beautiful things about our emotions, but when sometimes we are purely driven just by emotion, we forget the bigger picture. And I feel like with the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords, something you're doing that I feel like is going to bring you great rewards, especially here with the Fortune's Wheel, something's going to bring you great rewards, like take you beyond your furthest dreams. let you actually not just, live a life where you settled for whatever, is happening for you, even if it's good things, like, but actually, like, push yourself forward, push yourself further, like, break away from those limitations that maybe have been part of your life for a long time. With the Queen of Swords, this is actually key here, because this is the energy where if you can practice some discernment, and if you can be a little bit more logical rather than emotional, maybe think a little bit with a cold, I want to say cold mind, but I don't know if it's the right way to say it, but more like detached mind, I guess, you're going to have great success here. Let's see just one more card here before we go into your love. Queen of Fire. And I feel like let your passion guide you now. Because you do have a lot of passion and also energy. So it's like, it's about balancing basically different aspects of yourself. You have a lot of passion, but you have a lot of emotions. But I feel like what's helping you to find the way forward here is your ability to also think in a more detached way. You're going to have that victory, Scorpio, with Six of Fire, which is Six of Wands here. You're going to have that victory, especially when it comes to the matters of work. And I feel honestly, it's not limited just to work. I think it's in your love life as well, because I feel like, again, there is a reading I actually just posted. It's like more like collective energy. It talks about, and it's your energy too, because I mean, in my channel, my collective energy is mainly Scorpio here. But in that reading, I think something that came through was that you're going to shift your mind about something. You're going to change your perspective, and you changing your perspective is going to be exactly what's going to unlock your way forward. You will see how something you thought you've lost, or how something you thought was never going to work out for you because of XYZ circumstance, is actually, it's either that circumstance is going to completely go away, or you're going to change your perspective about it. But basically, in a situation where you thought you could not get what you want, you will still get it and more. But it's like, it requires that almost like shift of perspective. Six of Wands with the Fortune's Wheel. Again, there is a victory that's ahead, but again, apply everything basically what we just talked about. And yeah, and I feel like for a lot of you, Seven of Wands here, you're very close to your victory. You're so close, you guys. You're close. Like, seriously, I don't know why I literally almost want to scream. Like, you are so close to your victory. I don't know what it means. I never had this feeling. And actually, believe it or not, I was about to take my unicorn deck, and now this card came up. So it's a double confirmation for me to take your message from the unicorn. Let me see. Message from the unicorn. I really love this deck too. Very beautiful. Okay, we have here, be a beacon, be an inspiration, light the way for others. Pool of Christ light, open your heart, spread unconditional love. So basically, also there is an element to this where you're choosing to take the path where you're embodying your higher self in everything you do. Like, you're choosing to be the light. You're doing something that's very inspirational to others. It's inspiring to others. You are basically, it's not about, like, I feel like, it's not about the fact necessarily that, oh, you have to look so good all the time, or you have to, like, be always this positive. Not in a toxic way, but it's more like, yeah, you don't have to do that. But at the same time, even I myself notice this. There are certain people I really like watching, whether on YouTube or just certain people I really like to be in their company. And they have this very, not a toxic positive attitude, but more like they have just this light that shines through them. And see, the thing is, like, the reason why I like to spend time with these people, or the reason why I like to watch their content, is because when I myself also feel low, feel like, I'm just like drowning in negativity that's like, everywhere in the world, I connect with this person, and there's this people's energy who, like, 5 minutes you spent with them and just you feel better instantly. And I feel like you're choosing to be that. Again, for a lot of you, it will obviously depend how exactly you're doing this, but there's something here where you're choosing to take a higher road, to open your heart, to spread unconditional love, maybe to forgive too, because this is like Pool of Christ light, and basically be this inspiration, be this beacon of light, beacon of hope to others. I feel like somehow if you can do this, like, it's really gonna take you to, somewhere really good. Maybe, I don't know, for some of you, you're building some kind of cafe or some kind of spiritual center or some kind of yoga place. I don't know what exactly you're doing, but basically this something you're doing, even if it's just, you know, you're sharing some messages or decorating your office. I don't know what it is, but it's like, it feels like an oasis of good energy. So what they are suggesting here is look from the higher perspective, see the divine in everyone. I know sometimes easier said than done, but this is the message. All right, let's go into your tarot now, the other tarot. Let's see when it's going to come up for love. Again, I know this is a mighty big energy we channeled here for the first week of December, so feel free to watch this later during the months too. But I feel like right now this is especially potent. Again, most of my videos, unless like, you know, I'm mentioning specific time frames, you can watch whenever, because the message could still resonate. It's just maybe at that time it was more important. It's not like it becomes irrelevant. And I think YouTube did something where they have now like a piece of the channel that's like For You page. So whatever videos also show up for you in that For You section could be something that could be relevant to you. What I like to do as well, like I like sometimes to take my own playlist, shuffle it, and see which like video comes up. There's like a shuffle button in any playlist. Anyway, let's see. First row is you, second row is the person you're connecting with. We have here first row for you, King of Pentacles, your finances. You have to start doing some kind of mantra where whatever basically your financial goal is, you have to start like saying it like you already have this. I am making 100K a month. I don't know. I am a multimillionaire. I am married to a billionaire. I have no idea. Whatever your thing is. Or I just have abundance in all forms. I am, you know, I get paid for just being myself. I attract prosperity and stability everywhere I go. Money loves me. Every time I spend money, I make 10 times more. Every time I share money with somebody, I make 10 times more. This is actually for those of you who are like, you know, who spend a lot, like I sometimes do. The good thing, you know, to do is whenever you spend money is to say immediately something like, every time I spend money, I make 10 times more. Every time I spend money, I make 10 times more. Like, you know, do this for a while, see what happens. We have here Wheel of Fortune. Look at this. You have King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. For some of you, long-awaited abundance is coming in. Claim it. Yeah, give a big thumbs up. Let me insert my like call to action here. And we have look at this, from Cups to Pentacles. I like that. Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, now let's see who you're connecting with. Scorpios, lately, by the way, you are not all about love. You are more focused on money. What happened? Your person. 10, oh my goodness. And this has been coming up at all the readings with your person. They are suffering. Okay, 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 7 of Wands. 6 of Swords, oh my goodness. 5 of Swords. And trust me, I shuffled this freaking deck many times. The way the cards come out here, I don't know how. Okay, and we have 3 of Swords. You saw I shuffled, okay? So don't tell me that the deck is poorly shuffled. 6 of Wands with the King of Wands at the bottom. There is going to be a victory. I don't know if it's going to be a forever victory, because I feel like that when it comes to this victory I'm seeing here, 6 of Wands again, you're going to choose somebody. I feel like for some of you are choosing a newer person because you walked away from something here, and right now there is somebody, this person could like playing drums. I'm seeing like drums. I don't know why. Like it could be their hobby. They don't have to be a drummer of any kind. And I'm just getting that you're choosing fun. First week of December, again, let's remember that we're focusing on the first week of December. First week of December, you're choosing fun. And when I'm looking at you guys, I don't know, your focus is mainly financial. I just have to be honest. King of Pentacles, especially in this deck, there is this feminine energy on the King of Pentacles deck, and they do have masculine for King of Pentacles too. To me, this card here in this deck, King of Pentacles having like a feminine on the illustration, represents a woman who is making so much money. It's almost like not even the feminine part of the masculine, but I don't know how to say this correctly so I don't get misinterpreted. But I feel like you are the one who is wearing trousers, how they say in Britain, I think, in home. you figured it out. There was some kind of problem, maybe financially, maybe with something else. You figured it out. You are going to be making so much money that frankly, like, of course, if you want to marry somebody super successful, whatever, you can. But it's like the abundance that you're generating now, that I feel like is long awaited, is going to be so much. I feel like, when it comes to the masculine energy you are attracting, they, like, even if they're a billionaire or whatever, you are not going to be impressed with whatever they have to offer. Not to say like you were not like that before. You could have always been into, better like character, all these things were more important to you. But I feel like especially now, like there's something that's happening in your financial situation, and especially if recently maybe there were more setbacks or more issues somehow, it's actually a good thing, because it made you actually focus on that area. And we know when Scorpio focuses on something with their tunnel vision, with their like intensity, it works for everything, I think, except love. But like for everything else, whatever Scorpio wants to figure out, whether it's to uncover some kind of mystery, whether it's to become the best student, really get to that academic, apart, whether it's fitness, sport, competitive sports, anything where, we need that Martian and also Plutonian Scorpio spirit, this intensity. Scorpio always comes on top when they really focus obsessively like that. It's just for love, it doesn't always work, being completely honest. But for other things, such as especially career and finances, any kind of competition you want to beat, any kind of enemy you want to quote unquote beat, Scorpio is here, like, getting on top, I feel like, of things. And especially if there is some kind of abundance that's been long overdue with Seven of Pentacles I'm seeing here, it's like you are already on top. I feel like, again, when I say you're already on top of something, you maybe are on top of, even if there's still problems or still things to be figured out in the business or whatever, or even if, like, let's just say you are already kind of in the career path you're supposed to be in, but you haven't figured it out completely yet. So maybe there's a little twist, little something, little adjustment that still needs to happen, but I feel like you already are there, because you already are on this tree, you already have some kind of fruit. And I feel like it's not the end of this yet. There is way more that's ahead of you, but I feel like right now it's important for you to recognize, like, it's important for you to not go into the whole, oh, I feel like such a failure, this happens, sometimes. I've seen, honestly, people who are so successful, like for real, sometimes go through this, oh, I'm a failure type of thing. So I don't think necessarily it even has to do with actual success. But I feel like for you, it's important to see in your life and apply this as gratitude and apply it as the things you've already achieved, how you already achieved a lot of the things that used to be your dream, maybe when you were a child, maybe 10 years ago, whatever it is. Because I feel like you've already achieved something, and somehow unlocking the key to your next level has to do with you directly recognizing this. It's almost like, yes, you can still go to your next level, but it's going to be much, much harder, because you have to recognize how far you've come already. Even if it's just, saying goodbye to abusive family or abusive ex, or some kind of, I don't know, you grew up in some kind of toxic condition, maybe in a toxic country, I don't know it's the correct way to say it, but you know what I mean? Even if you just, like, even if it's just one or two things you've done that were impressive things to accomplish, even if it's just one or two things, it's important that you actually give yourself full credit for that. Because what happens next is, once you start recognizing yourself more and more as the winner rather than a loser, with the Wheel of Fortune to Strength, something almost like starts unlocking here. Everything starts ticking and rotating. You know how these things, like, imagine, for whatever reason, when I'm looking at this card, I'm imagining all of this in motion. And we have this clock next to Seven of Pentacles, especially the time has come for your next level. And again, especially if there were any kind of setbacks recently, oh my God, so much information. If there were any kind of setbacks recently, it only happened so that you could actually focus and, like, come to your next level. We have here strength. You will be focused on your finances and you will figure something out. And I feel like with the Two of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles, again, look at this. Here she's also on top of some kind of, like here she's on top of tree. Here it's also top of some kind of roof. But it's like you will figure out how to make a lasting change, like where you're gonna figure something out and it's gonna be a big new, like, next level unlocked. Wow. Let me see if I need some kind of Oracle here message. Reflections, what you can contemplate, can actualize. Yeah, and it's important right now, I feel like, to contemplate again how far you've come, but also where do you want to go in the future, because right now it's becoming more and more and more like you're tapping into this reality where you are in a whole other, you know, level. I want to say, I don't know what's the better word. Release, yeah. And maybe also part of you is also releasing some old beliefs, some old ideas. Maybe you had some beliefs that, oh, I can only make this much money, or whatever it is. You're releasing this. You're releasing something also that I feel like you cannot quite put your head around it, but it's like, it's an energy, it's some kind of energy, some kind of frequency, and you're opening up yourself more to pleasure. You're starting also, I don't know, for some of you, actually I have this as one of my beliefs, I want to say in the past tense, where like it's hard for me to accept that all I need to do to make money is to just have fun. So like I kind of partially accept it, but not fully. I still feel like, oh yeah, work has to be some kind of struggle. So yeah, that's how we make money type of thing. So I feel like for some of you, there's this mindset that in order for you to make money, you have to do something like that's difficult or bad or challenging somehow. And I feel like as you release that mindset and you come into like really incorporating the belief that I make money just by doing what I love, I make money just by being me, you're going to open yourself up to this frequency. Let me take one more card. Gratitude, exactly, we already mentioned this. Something about you also being grateful for how far you've come already is going to help you. All right, let's talk about the person of your interest. Like I told you before, in every reading recently, you're more focused on something else, and you have a person who is like heartbroken and crying. And I honestly feel like there's a person who is in such a deep heartbreak over you. They feel like, you know, with the Seven of Wands here especially, they feel like there's a barrier between the two of you. Maybe you blocked them. Maybe they blocked you actually, but then I don't know why they're crying. You never know. These days people do strange things. But I feel like with the Ten of Swords, there were all these people who had their opinions and opinions and opinions over your relationship, what they should do. Maybe they were in some kind of, I want to say the word predicament for some reason. There was some kind of predicament they were finding themselves in. And I feel like what was happening, basically, you told them something and they knew that you were right, but they did not listen to you. Why? Because there were all these people putting their, you know, you see how there's all these hands reaching out to the head. So there were all these people who were putting ideas. I don't know, especially if this person had an ex. I feel like they've broken up finally. Like, you know, for some of you, you've been waiting for this for a long time. Now you don't even care and they've broken up. It's final. But I feel like for a while people were telling them things such as, oh, you have to stick it out, you guys had a good relationship for such a long time, or if especially somebody had kids, oh, but what about the baby, whatever, stuff like that. People were putting all that in, and maybe it's not even that. Maybe there was no child, maybe nobody was married, but maybe there was just something else, some kind of situation a person was in. Maybe it was about religion, maybe it was about countries of origin, travel, long distance. I have no clue what it's about, but basically whatever that situation this person was in, everybody had something to say. Everybody, like, I feel like their family likes to talk, a lot of friends with opinions, people on social media, maybe even acquaintances, barista, DHL truck delivery. I have no idea why that came up. Whatever it is, everyone was saying something, and this person at some point has let it, you know, basically, you know, guide them in whatever, not guide them, but more like misguide them. And with the Four of Swords, I feel like after the breakup, after the break, this person really had time to think about, and they realized that a lot of these people's opinions don't actually hold so much weight in their life, because with the Feathers, I feel like as much as it all at first came into their head, then, you know, when they had some kind of moment where they disconnected from everyone, I feel like, and again, even if they were surrounded by people, oh my God, even if they're surrounded by people, they just disassociated. I have no clue how they did this, because what they started feeling is that they are actually in the prison. Like, they feel their life, even if like it seems like, oh yeah, family, so lovely, they felt completely like they're not free. And again, why they're not free, it's not like somebody, you know, physically has put them somewhere or whatever. I mean, unless for majority of you, I don't think that's the case. But they felt they're not free. And quite frankly, it has to do a lot, because I feel like with this person, they had good ideas themselves, like they knew it's time to escape some kind of situation or get away, take responsibility for their own choices and actions. But I feel like you see how here this girl is on this crescent moon and there's girl here in the clouds. I feel like the reason why people were actually able to influence them so much and put them in whatever situation they are in is because they kept with their head in the clouds, dreaming of a magical solution. One day, somehow, magically, it will all get resolved. But they didn't actually take action. They didn't actually do something. And I feel like, this person was dreaming and thinking and lasting, months and maybe even years, God forbid, for some of you were passing by. Nothing was happening until I think there was a moment with 5 to the 3 of Swords, perhaps, where you just said, you know what, fuck it, excuse my language, I'm not entertaining this anymore. I chose someone else. For some of you, started dating someone else. And I think seeing you with someone else just literally like shattered this person's fantasy, whatever it was. It made them realize that yeah, it's like things are real here. So with the 7 of Wands, wherever they are, they felt very trapped. Let's see a little bit more if they are still there. Oh my God, it's 35 minutes. Wow. Big reading. And weekly reading. 5 of Cups. They are very sad. They're very sad. And I feel like this person kind of walked away, but there is almost something that's not completely, Knight of Wands. This is very tricky. I feel like this is the person who started liberating themselves, but it's almost like the way they are doing this doesn't really make sense. Because again, there is something here about community people that are impacting them. I do feel like that this person has walked away from something though. The thing is like, they don't have this it's almost like with the Fool card. Yes, they started something new, but they don't know how to do something. Anyway, we'll take this to the extended. We're going to understand a little bit more about where this person is, what's going on with them, how they feel about you, etc. Again, this is what came up, so this must be your most dominant energy. If this doesn't resonate, there's a bunch of other readings you can watch on my channel. Link to the extended is going to be down below. Love you all guys so much. Again, don't forget, we do have our Black Friday sale. It's only this weekend, and I'm not going to be offering same prices or we're not going to be doing sales in this channel maybe ever. So this is the last one this year to close this. And yeah, even packages, everything else is available. Love you all guys. Link to the extended down below. Thanks you so much. We'll talk soon. Bye.